I, I don't know what to say. You know, I really don't know what to say. It's, do you know what? I have good days and I have bad days when I trade. Okay. Today, I only took a 10K loss, but it's really angered me. You know, really. Now, before they decided to roll out with that information, okay, I was expecting in today calls. I bought some calls on the S&P because I was anticipating a nice sweep to the upside to take out the all-time high and then come back down. That's all I wanted today. No. I'm going to give you a break. I mean, crypto is like doing all right. Let's be honest now. Bitcoin has remained in the XRP formation. Let's break it down. I mean, it's brilliant, isn't it? Hasn't done anything. It's not gone anywhere. Excellent. Movement on XRP. I mean, that's fantastic. Ethereum. Nah. Solana's the only thing that really moved, to be honest with you. But just look at this. NASDAQ. It was unbelievable. Where's my trade? Here we go. Look at this. 11K. Open 15 positions. Opening at 15. It was always going to be a tricky one on the S&P. But then it just wiped me out. 11K. Never mind. But it was screaming in my face. But then they just did this. I anticipated. It's not the loss of money that's pissed me off. All right. It was the read. The read, because I anticipated from here we're going to get a sweep lower. Naturally, we've taken out this liquidity here. Then we're going to try and get a reversal back up. But then, no, the White House was like, let's really try and stick it to China. But I might have a little bit of a theory. We've got core CPI data coming out, okay, on Friday, okay? Now, if Tesla, given that Tesla hasn't actually declared anything just yet, I need to make sure of that. Let me just quickly check that out. Nothing on Tesla. Let me just go into the out of hours on Tesla just to understand where we are with it. Tesla's gap down. So it's not that much of a bad gap down, but I can work with that. But there's nothing really going on. But I would believe that, as I said today, we want the markets to drop before CPI on the reading that there could be a softer reading in CPI because they're expecting it to come in higher. What if there's a surprise reading? What if Bitcoin is purposely being held again? We are here again, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. I know that if you've been watching my live streams, okay, mad love and respect to all of you that have been, okay. We have been in this situation many a times. We're waiting for CPI data. The market either goes up or down, and the expectation of whatever price has just done leads into whatever the data will reveal. And then we look back at it and say, if only I did, if only I did. But we're always in that scenario, okay? Bitcoin, let's be honest now, has done fantastic. Given today's drop by NASDAQ, the only thing that could happen tonight is in Asia, if they don't like the sound of what's going on and Trump is not going to allow exports from goods in China that are being produced with US companies, what are you doing, bruv? Like, why would any company that's invested in the US to avoid tariffs, okay, why would you continue to invest if he's going to do that? Well, what's he going to say? He's actually going to turn around and say, okay, China, if you're not going to do that export cap on the rare earth metals, given that you did do that before, if you're going to try and do it again, we're going to do this to you. So you can stop, you can put a cap on your exports. That's fine. But none of the products that you're going to put an export on are going to be made. So happy days. This is real trade war, ladies and gentlemen. Going into other assets to represent that. Gold makes a nice little reversal from the lows, but gold has been very, very difficult to trade. You don't know where you stand with gold just yet. All right. But given that trade talks are the theme right now, where there's a lot of back and forth between China. I mean, China hasn't really said anything. It's just Trump. So we've got to be very, very cautious about how we play it. Going into the bonds market, you can see the bonds have actually done okay, to be fair. We had I won't say it was a great auction, but, we've just had, oh yeah, sanctions on Russia. Some more sanctions. All right, let me just break it down for you guys so you understand. Bitcoin. Now, today I said to you all that there was not that much really any liquidity that they were giving us in Bitcoin. There was this order flow up here, lots of offers, which would suggest that price is going to try and sweep up to those zones. What we would need to see is we need to see price action effectively try and close higher as it's moving. And also you want to see delta increasing as well to suggest that there are guys looking to bid, but retain price as high as they can so that they can then offer prices at a higher rate. Okay. Now we've got the liquidity there for them to take, but at the same time, we've got liquidity down here for them to take. Now we've got this big stack down here, which is a collection of around $5 million worth of orders. And there's about 5-6 positions down there. So about $30 million worth of bids down here at the 97, 98, going up to 99 as well. That's a little bit scary because we've got tomorrow and then we've got CPI. Quite frankly, we need crypto and everything to drop before CPI to be safe. Why? Because if it's going to go up, then I'll be more concerned about buying into something that's rising when we've got CPI data, as opposed to something that's coming down where the idea of dip buying is coming into play. Okay? As we spoke about that this morning. So if you're going to then try and consider or play the idea of being exposed to the potential for the CPI release, tomorrow realistically is the only day that they have to really either consolidate price, move it up, because if you capture any longs on Bitcoin and it does make a move to the upside, please take some profit because the CPI data is probably going to be a surprise read. They're all expecting it to come in lower. Go into it. CPI, sorry, higher. 3.1%, 0.3, 0.4. Okay. Here's a little bit of a theory. Do you think that the US government shutdown could potentially have an impact on the readings? I mean, they're not going to leave it to the last minute to do it. Obviously not. But we don't know who's fudging this data. We don't know. Could they blame it on the idea of it? US government shutdown? It's only been 2 weeks. It's cost $5.6 billion in loss of compensation. That's not going to hurt an economy. I don't know, man. I just think it's cooked. Plan B said never under 100K again. I mean, I don't understand why it can never. I just refuse to believe that Bitcoin. Look, all right, look. Don't. If Bitcoin can never go under 100K again, that means Bitcoin cannot lose 7K in value. Bitcoin cannot lose 7K in value. 126,000 all the way down to 101. That's a loss of 25K nearly. So it will never go down beyond 107. It will never go down beyond 100,000. Are you on crack? There is a strong chance Bitcoin can easily sweep the 100K. Easily. They never say it can't. Never. Because then you're going into the market with some naive mindset and you're going to get slapped about. You really will. Never think it can't. All right, Bitcoin will never go to zero unless there's an EMP, unless there is a loss of internet, unless there is no electricity, then Bitcoin wouldn't matter to you. It wouldn't matter about the price because what are you going to do? Who are you going to sell it to? I need a buyer of my Bitcoin. We've got no power, my friend. Still, I believe it's going to go up. Crackheads, man. Anyways, sorry. Yeah, my. You know what, guys? I've just had just one of those days. Like it's not like I've lost a ton of cash. It's 11K. This is what you get when you play multiple options. Okay, we've had a good run. Okay, and usually when you have a good run, you're gonna get a slap across the face, and it's only cost me 11K. Usually, I mean, yesterday's video, the video talk about trade with this candle. Okay, that's a strategy. Go watch that video. We've done all right on options, and I'm more pissed off about an 11K loss, right? Because of the structure of what I witnessed. And I was like, I just expected it to do it, but I didn't expect it to just keep going down. It's just really, really frustrated me because it was there in my face. But when you buy an option, it gets a little bit tricky when you want to start trying to cover it and what have you. And then the White House comes out with that BS. And I was like, I give up. So I just walked away. Never mind, man. It's a 4-year cycle. Tino, US debt just hit 38 trillion. And are you not surprised? Well, guess what? Your dollar's going up. Wait, where is it? Where's your dollar? Dollar bill, y'all. It's pulled back, trading nicely. Euro made a nice little bit of a move to the upside. Very short-winded, but I can't believe Euro, man. It's been a tough day. Priest, literally. It's literally exactly what I did, you know? But Satoshi hasn't sold any. Yeah, it doesn't matter if he hasn't sold any. Insider closed this short today to have someone else dump it down. Never mind. Constantino appears to calm down. I'm actually calm. Don't get twisted. I am calm. I'm just... Bitcoin is in exactly the same spot as it was this morning. It's like a waste of time. Today's been a waste of time. Horrible price action. For anyone that's traded this today, it's very difficult. Very difficult. Bitcoin is entering in a... Here we go. Bitcoin is entering into a bear market. I don't understand what was this move yesterday. 109K to 114 and back down again. It was a stop run. That's all, in my opinion. Hold on, here we go. Tina, if you're frustrated now, just wait. The IMF will be announcing, let's say, the next few weeks, months, that XRP, XLM, and Quant will be the rails for the digital euro or CBDC. That's every reason for me to sell my XRP, most definitely. Any good news about XRP, I'm not interested. It's a waste of time. Tino, US banks are sitting on hundreds of billions in unrealized losses from higher rates. Is this hidden risk no one's talking about? Come on, my brother. We've always been talking about the unrealized losses, gains for banks. And what they're not telling you, which I'm telling you, is it's all made up of corporate debt, okay? Corporate debt, and it's heavily invested. Well, 65% of it is made up of BBB-rated tech stocks. The risk is BBB. Okay, which means that when things are good, everything's going to be okay with these assets. But if something turns and it's not great, they are subject to losses. Well, we've got tariffs, we've got interest rate going up, we're going down. Fuck knows. Okay, and 67%, sorry, of that asset class is made up of tech stocks. So they're getting smacked left, right, and center. Even the good news about Google, okay, today has not done anything. But Trump coming out and saying that stuff about plan to restrict globally produced exports to China made with or containing US software. I mean, what a joke this market is becoming. So, you know, what's your price expectations about the future, about Circle in the next 2 years? $300. That's my expectation. $300, straight up. You know? Retailers are driving this Bitcoin sell-off. Retailers? I wouldn't say retail. But look, the NASDAQ slumped today, but Bitcoin did well. So we can't complain. It's done very well, right? Bitcoin sometimes gives us clues. Tonight in Asia, it could just drop. You know, that's the truth. Do you have a question? Do you execute fast in, fast out because it's all rigged and you know the MMs will attack your position as soon as they rebuild their positions? No, I don't listen. I don't focus on the MM attacking my position. I never think that. You know, I used to when I was started out, but I never think now the market maker is going to gun for my position. If I'm trading with around $2-3 billion and I enter at that amount every time, well, they're matching my liquidity. So they're going to pay attention to me if I'm using that capital size, but they're not going to be paying attention to me. Even with 100 million, they ain't going to be paying attention to that. They're going to transact on the billions, all right? The billions. They're interested in that, you know? They're not interested in, and they're not going to know about my position. I'm nothing in that market. None of us are. You know, if we all placed a long on Bitcoin, Bitcoin will move up 3 cents. You know, it's nothing. Trump going to dump on us again in a few minutes? Yeah, I'm sick of Trump. Can't be bothered. I've been out the market since Trump won. Ain't worth it. You know what? It's a good shout. But yeah, but Tino's playing $10 with 1 million. Nah, I ain't playing that. Anyways, listen. I just thought I'd come on tonight. Nothing's happened other than what Trump has said. I've got an expectation that tomorrow might be just as good in terms of movement, but it's all preparation for the CPI, because if tomorrow's CPI, Friday's CPI data does come in well, okay, and it shows that we've got every reason to see interest rates getting cut, then you'll ask yourself the question why gold's gone down, why the stock market's gone down. And if they have good news about interest rates, ladies and gentlemen, what you're seeing now is the dip buying opportunity. Maybe Bitcoin is giving us the clue. Bitcoin needs to stay in this range between 107 and 108 all through tomorrow to sustain the idea that CPI could come in lower. There's a possibility. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, sorry I'm keeping it short and sweet. I just need to just find a picture of Trump. I mean, he's cool and all that, but stay away from the markets, man, please. Just replace the Treasury Secretary with Biden. That'll be awesome. I've got nothing but love for you all. Mad love and respect. Peace.